Hello everyone, welcome back to Shikara IAS Academy. So in today's video, we are going to learn about cyclones and how cyclones are present in India, in Bay of Bengal, in Arabian Sea, how cyclones occur. So first let us understand what is a cyclone. They understand how many types of cyclones are present, naming of cyclones. We will also see cyclones in Indian Ocean, cyclone in Bay of Bengal, cyclones in Arabian Sea. Then we will understand why cyclones are more in Bay of Bengal compared to Arabian Sea. We will see the cyclone color coded warnings given by the governments before the cyclones arrive. So all these we have to look in today's video. So, what are cyclones? Cyclones are large scale systems which are characterized by low pressure centers and circulating winds. So, when on the vast oceans, when there is a low pressure system created, when there is a low pressure system created on the ocean, winds from different directions come towards that low pressure system. Winds from different directions, they will rush towards the low pressure system. And when winds are rushing towards that, we also know that Coriolis force has an impact on the moving winds. Now, because of Coriolis force, in the northern hemisphere, winds will deflect towards their right. So, imagine these winds are in the northern hemisphere, they will deflect towards their right. So, in this way, the cyclone will rotate like this. So, this is counter clockwise rotation. Whereas in the southern hemisphere, they will rotate in a clockwise direction. In southern hemisphere, northern hemisphere counterclockwise, in southern hemisphere clockwise. And when these winds are coming towards the low pressure, so there is a convergence of these winds. So winds are coming from different directions towards this low pressure system. So if I draw this vertically in 2D image, if I draw this like this, so winds will be coming in different directions and they will rise above. So this rising air, this is circulating because of the Coriolis impact. So in this way, a cyclone is formed. In this way, a cyclone is formed because of the development of the low pressure system. So we will understand different details about these cyclones. So we have different types of cyclones. We have tropical cyclones. The cyclonic phenomena which I showed you right now, it is for tropical cyclones. We also have extratropical cyclones or subtropical cyclones. Subtropical cyclones occur in the temperate regions near the fronts where we have cold fronts, warm fronts. When fronts are formed because of different air masses, we find subtropical or temperate cyclones. The low pressure system which is developing because of which winds are getting attracted, that is happening in the tropical cyclones. I'll explain temperate cyclones in some other lecture. So tropical cyclones, they are having different names. They are called by different names. Like tropical cyclones are called cyclone in Indian Ocean and the countries around Indian Ocean. Whereas they are called hurricanes in Atlantic Ocean. So the countries around Atlantic Ocean in Europe, in America, the cyclones are called hurricanes. Whereas in the Western Pacific, as in the China region, China, Japan, those countries call these cyclones as typhoons or tufan. Then in case of Western Australia or in case of Australia, they are called willy willies. So Indian Ocean, they are called cyclones. In America, Europe, etc., in Atlantic Ocean, Atlantic region, it is called hurricanes. In Western Pacific, South China Sea, Western Pacific, they are called typhoons. In Australia, they are called willy willies. So these are different names given to the cyclones. Extratropical cyclones are outside tropics associated with frontal systems, which we'll discuss in some other video. So tropical cyclones, they are occurring between 10 degrees latitude to 30-degree latitudes. So if this is our globe, we have equator is 0 degrees. So from 10 degrees to 30 degrees, in this region, we see tropical cyclones. Right? Because near the equator we have 4 o'clock rainfalls. If you know, because of extreme heat over that region, the water will evaporate on a daily basis and it will condense, and daily evening you will see rainfalls in equatorial region. So because of that, storm surges are not happening in equatorial region. Hence, from 10 degrees to 30 degrees, we see tropical cyclones. Right? So cyclone looks like this. The winds are coming from different directions. These winds are rising above, and obviously these are rotating. So there is a region between this funnel. If this cyclone is like a funnel, the region between this funnel, this region is a calm region. This is called eye of cyclone. So whichever region has this eye, that region will undergo calm conditions, because the winds are rotating in this way. This center region, it is a calm region. It is called eye of cyclone. Now when the winds are rising above, the moisture they are carrying, it will get condensed and clouds will get formed. Clouds will be forming in this region and they will receive rainfall. So this region is called eye wall, because it is surrounding the eye. If this is the eye, this region is called eye wall, because it is surrounding the eye. And these clouds, this region is called rain band. These are rain bands. So different types of clouds like cumulonimbus clouds, cirrus clouds, etc. are present in a cyclone. So what are the necessary conditions for a cyclone to develop? First, we require warm ocean temperatures, because we know that temperature increase means pressure will decrease. So high temperature means low pressure. So when temperatures are warm enough, at least 26.5 degrees Celsius is required to fuel the tropical cyclone. Then moisture. When we have high level of atmospheric moisture essential for the cyclonic activity to continue, because what happens is, when water vapor is raised above because of the wind movement, as it is reaching some height, now the water vapor will condense. When it is condensing, it will release latent heat. When it is converting back to liquid form. So this latent heat, imagine how many water molecules will be present in that moisture. So when all of them are condensing, they are releasing latent heat, adding more fuel to this low pressure system. So which is increasing the cyclone furthermore. So high level of moisture will sustain the convective activity and cloud formation. And it also requires low wind shear. So wind shear means what? Imagine normally on the earth everywhere we have wind shear. Means what? The wind at lower levels will be going with some speed, the wind at upper levels will be going with high speed. So these winds, these different layers of winds are having different speeds. So it is not favorable if there is wind shear in the formation of cyclone, because cyclone requires symmetrical conditions. So if there is wind shear, then cyclone formation will be it will become a hurdle for cyclone formation. So low wind shear is required. Low wind shear is required for cyclone to form. Then, as we have discussed, how cyclone is forming, low pressure center is developing on the ocean. A low pressure center is developing. It is called a monsoon trough. Like monsoon trough. In case of monsoons, also we see in India low pressure center is forming. Similar way, on the ocean, if there is a low pressure system is forming, it will be the seed of the cyclone. So it will be the initial stage of the cyclone development. Now low pressure system is developed on the ocean, then it is the now it is a seed for the cyclone development. If the conditions of the atmosphere and ocean, if they are favorable, as in wind shear is less, there is enough temperature, enough humidity, etc., then this low pressure system might undergo cyclonogenesis. Means formation of cyclone is called cyclonogenesis, birth of cyclone. So they can be cyclones birth. When warm moist air is rising rapidly, creating the low pressure at the surface, when the warm moist air is rising, when air rises, it will create low pressure. When air sinks down, it will create high pressure. So when air is rising with a high speeds, then there is extreme low pressure which is getting created. When the air is converging and rising, now when the air is rising, it is cooling and it is condensing. The water molecules in the air, the moisture, it is condensing. When the water molecules are condensing, latent heat is released, which is further adding as a fuel to the cyclone. So when this disturbance is increasing, intensifying, and it gets better organized, it will develop into a tropical depression. So where we have winds up to 38 miles per hour, etc. Now if this tropical depression continuously persists or continues further, this depression will, depression means what? Low pressure only. So this depression will strengthen into a cyclone. So once tropical cyclone is formed, it can move throughout the ocean and it can further intensify because of the warm waters of the ocean, it can further intensify. So it may reach its peak intensity at some point and eventually it will get weakened. Or when it hits a land, when the cyclone hits a landform, then also it will end. So what is the structure of cyclone? We have eye of the cyclone, which is the low pressure center of the cyclone, like a funnel. Then we have eye wall, which is surrounding the eye, the region, the ring of intense thunderstorms surrounding the eye. Surrounding the eye, we have the region which is having thunderstorms, lightnings, etc., where we have strong winds, heaviest rainfall is occurring in that region. So this region is called eye wall. Then we also have rain bands. So the peripheral regions of eye wall, where we also have clouds, thunderstorms, etc., where we have gusty winds and additional rainfalls. So we have rain band, eye wall, and eye in a cyclone. So we can have cumulonimbus clouds, cirrus clouds, etc. Cumulonimbus clouds are the lofty, towering clouds, which will tower for many for a huge length. So a cloud in this way is called a cumulonimbus cloud. Cirrus clouds are also rain-bearing clouds. They are also present in a cyclone in the peripheries. So because of cyclones, we have very strong winds, heavy rainfalls which occur, winds at a speeds of 74 miles per hour. So in this way, we have the impact of the cyclones. There can be storm surges when the cyclone, if this is the land, now cyclone is reaching the land, so it will bring extreme heavy gusty winds, etc. Because of these winds, etc., this water will get accumulated over here and it will be pushed onto the landform, pushed onto the landmass, because of which it can cause inundations, floods in the coastal regions. We also have economic humanitarian impacts, like because of cyclones we have disasters, displacement of people, disruption of essential services, all those things are present. We also have temperate cyclones which occur in the latitudes of 30 to 60 degrees, which we will discuss in some other topic. So let us look into cyclones in India. India is a tropical country and which is having a vast coastline of 11,098 kilometers coastline is present. Because of this, it is highly prone to cyclones. So cyclones occur from April to December and May to June and October to November. Recently, few days before, till yesterday, we received rains in Hyderabad, also in Telangana region, because of cyclone Munta. So this cyclones are majorly seen in April, December months, May to June months, and October to November months. We see cyclones in India. And in India, both Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea experience cyclones, whereas the cyclones in Bay of Bengal are higher. What are the favorable conditions? As we discussed, warm sea surface temperatures, high humidity, low wind shear, Coriolis force, etc. Now, why is Bay of Bengal having more cyclones? Bay of Bengal has 4 times more cyclones than Arabian Sea, because of favorable conditions like large warm waters in Bay of Bengal and more the high humidity in that region, which is conducive for cyclone intensification, and funnel shape of Bay of Bengal region. Because of the shape also, there are more storm surges and low wind shear in the compared to Arabian Sea. In Bay of Bengal, there is wind shear is low, because of which the cyclone formation is more. And also, Bay of Bengal receives some remnants of low pressure system cyclones of Pacific Ocean. So because of cyclones, what is the impact of climate change on cyclones? Because of climate change, the sea surface temperatures are increasing, because of which cyclones are becoming stronger. So the intensity of the cyclone is increasing, not the frequency. Frequency may not increase, but the intensity. So earlier, if a cyclone is bringing normal rainfalls, now the cyclones are bringing destruction. So the intensity of the cyclone has increased because of the climate change. And Arabian Sea is also witnessing more cyclones in recent years, risking the lives of the coastal region people. High storm surges, flooding is also seen because of climate change. So greater inland drainage from heavy rainfall. So all these are seen because of the cyclones. Now in India, we have color coded warning systems. So 72 who give Indian government uses defined colors to give warnings. So 72 hours advance, we have a pre-cyclone watch where no color is given, just an early warning about the possibility of development of cyclone is given. Before 48 hours, an yellow alert is given, expecting a cyclone, and information of where the cyclone is generated and what can be the intensity of that cyclone will be given 48 hours earlier, and a likely direction and approximate direction of that cyclone's journey will be given. And before 24 hours, there is an orange alert where the landfall point, where will the cyclone come and fall on the land, the landfall point will be forecasted. And before 12 sorry, red alert was given 12 hours before, which will give the post landfall outlook. After the landfall, what can be the impact of that landfall, what can be the impact of the cyclone, so what are the necessary directions which must be taken uh, post the cyclone landfall is given at the 12-hour notice. How are cyclones named in Indian North Indian Ocean? If you see, we have India over here, we have Pakistan, Afghanistan, here we have Arabian countries, then we have islands like Maldives, we have islands in Indonesia, Sumatra Islands, here we have Myanmar, Bangladesh. So all these countries are surrounded by, are bordering the Indian Ocean. So the names of the cyclones are given with some procedure. So present cyclone which is going on in Telangana and the Andhra regions. So its name is Cyclone Monta. Who gave the name Monta? We have Cyclone Tokte, Cyclone Amphan. So what are all these names? Who are giving these names? So let us understand. So this naming of cyclone is managed by World Meteorological Organization and Economic Social Commission for Asia and Pacific. So Department of WMO ESCAP, Economic and Social Commission for Asia and Pacific, which since 2004 we are naming the cyclone. Before 2004 we did not name cyclones. Random names were given before 2004. Now there is a procedure. So we have 13 countries which are Indian Ocean countries like Bangladesh, India, Iran, Pakistan, Oman, Maldives, Myanmar, Sri Lanka, Thailand, UAE, Yemen, Qatar, Saudi Arabia. So each country will give 13 names. So we have, there will be a list made. Country name 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 countries are there. So these are countries. 13 countries will give 13 names. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13 names they will give. So 13 countries are there. So India will give 13 names. So here we have India. So these are here countries are there. Countries are there. These are names. So India will give its list of 13 names. Pakistan will give its list of 13 names. Bangladesh will give its list of 13 names. Saudi Arabia will give its list of 13 names. Indonesia will give its list of 13 names. Similarly, all the bordering nations will give 13 names each. So imagine there is a cyclone. So the name of the cyclone will be this one. Then there is another cyclone. Then another name will be given. This name will be given. Then there is another cyclone. So this name of Bangladesh will be given. There is another cyclone. This name of Saudi Arabia will be given. Similarly, all 13 names will be given. 13 cyclones. Now, when 14th cyclone comes, then the name of India will be given. Then 15th cyclone, the name of Pakistan will be given. 16th cyclone, name of Bangladesh. Similarly, 26 cyclones are done. 27th cyclone, this again the name of India will be given. In this way, the cyclones will be named. In this way, cyclones will be named. So each country is giving 13 names. They are used sequentially. So RSMC in New Delhi assigns names once storm reaches intensity. When we see the cyclone has developed, intense cyclone has formed, then the RSMC will give the name of the cyclone. And names are unique. Once the name is used, it will not be used again. So presently we are seeing at the cyclone Monta, so which is in the formed in the Bay of Bengal in October 2025. This name Monta was given by Thailand, which means fragrant flower or beautiful flower. So it is classified by IMD as a severe cyclonic storm, impacting states like Andhra Pradesh, southern Odisha, Telangana, Tamil Nadu. Primarily AP, Telangana, Odisha has impacted, then Tamil Nadu is also impacted. So how should we mitigate and how should we prepare for these cyclones? We need early warning systems and evacuation systems on go. We have to strengthen the coastal embankments, mangroves, etc. If we have some coastal region embankments, walls built over there, mangrove forests over there, then the cyclone's intensity cannot will be decreased by these hindrances. We need cyclone shelters, resilient housing which will be withstanding the cyclone's impact. Then prior advisories to the fishermen, community awareness must be very important. And also we have to mitigate the climate change to address the root cause. Because of climate change, the intensity of cyclone is increasing. So if we can mitigate that, then it will be helpful to reduce the intensity of cyclones. Right? We'll meet in the next video. Thank you all.